Hey kids, is everybody ready? I should say, I'm ready to learn with you today. Are you ready? Ready to learn with me today and have some fun along the way. Ready, set, go! Okay, we're going to learn today about monsters. Now, some monsters are scary, and some monsters are cute, and some are messy. We're going to make a messy monster today. What letter says messy monster? We're going to talk about it in a minute. First of all, I'm going to get a white paper because I'm going to make a green monster. I have some green paint and a white paper because I'm going to make a big green monster. Can you see that green word? I'm going to make a big green monster. Now, it's not going to look exactly like this monster. Every monster is a little bit different. So let's take our piece of paper and we're going to fold it right in half. Can you fold your paper in half? Now, inside of it, we have a little crease in our paper. Let's see if you can take your monster, and we're going to take our paint. Now, if you have a different color of paint, that's great. You don't need to make a green monster if you don't want to. You can use a different color. But if you have a green one, you probably don't want to use a green paper because then you won't be able to see it. Or if you have orange paper, you probably don't want to do an orange paint because you won't be able to see it. This one, I'm going to do a white one because I have green paint, okay? Maybe if you have white paint, you could use a green paper. I'm going to carefully pop the lid open because we do not want to spill it. So you might need a little bit of help getting the lid off. All right. Now I'm going to take my white paper and my green paint, and I'm going to pour my green paint right in the middle. Okay. Can you see that paint in there? Now we're going to close it right where we folded it. Inside it's kind of gushy, and we're going to start rubbing around and around and around. Now we've got to take it. If you're laying it down, we're going to start pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. We want that paint to get bigger and bigger, and we can't see what it's doing. So we've got to push it and push it all inside of there. We want to keep it inside of our paper because we don't want to get it all over our hands. We want to keep it inside the paper. So we're going to push it and push it and push it. And we've got all that paint in there. Shall we see how it's doing? Very carefully, we're going to open up our paper. Oh, wow. Look at my monster. You know what? Your monster is going to look different than my monster. I've got a little drippy part right there, so I'm going to close my paper back up, but I'm not touching the green part. Oh, it might not let me fold it back up. You know what? It won't let me fold it, so I'm just going to leave it like that. And that's how my monster's going to look. Now, we've got to take this monster and lay it down opened up because it's got to dry before we can fix it. So we're going to leave it there and let it dry. Let's talk about, while it's drying, let's talk about what letter monster starts with. My messy monster starts with a letter M. What letter is that? You know the sound. What letter is it? Do you know? Let's look at some other pictures that start with the same sound. How about a mouse? A moon? A monkey? A map? Some milk? And a mop, mouse, mop, moon, monkey, map, milk. What letter goes mouse, mop, moon, monkey, map, milk, and monster. Do you want to see it on my book again? What letter says monster? What letter is it? Oh, letter M. You are exactly right. All right, so I'm going to take my letter M, and I am going to put it right in by my writing road so we can look at it while we draw it. Now let's look at it. If I'm drawing with my pencil, I'm going to go up, down, up, down. Let's try it with a pen, shall we? I'm going to start at the bottom of the writing road. I'm going to go all the way to the top. Up, down, up, down. There's my letter M. Now lowercase, with my finger, I'm going to put my marker down. It is a line, and then it goes up and around, up and around. So it's kind of going up and down, but instead of being pointy like this, it's rounded. Let's try that. Let's draw on the middle of the writing road, draw a line. Then we're going to go around and down, around and down. Now we have a capital M and a lowercase m, a capital M and a lowercase m. Did you draw some M's on there today? Good job. All right, now we did our M's. I'm going to put my marker away. And let's see if you can find a capital M. Remember what it looks like? Capital M and lowercase m. Here is capital M. Can you find a capital M on there? Did you find it? What color is it? Orange. Did you find that orange M? Right there. Now that one didn't go all the way down, did it? Sometimes M doesn't go all the way down. But that is a capital letter M. Shall we check the other side? Can you find a lowercase m? Look carefully. Did you see it? What color is it? Red. Right there. There is a lowercase m. There's our line around and around. Good finding. That is perfect. All right. What sound does it make? M. Now our monster is still drying, so I'm going to leave him laying down. I think while our monster is drying, we should read about the big green monster. Should we do that? Go away, big green monster. This book is by Ed Emberley. Let's see what happens in this one. Big green monster has two big yellow eyes. A long bluish greenish nose. A big red mouth with sharp white teeth. Two squiggly ears. Scraggly purple hair. And a big scary green face. But you don't scare me. So go away, scraggly purple hair. Go away, two little squiggly ears. Go away, long bluish greenish nose. Go away, big green face. Go away, big red mouth. Go away, sharp white teeth. Go away, two big yellow eyes. Go away, big green monster. and don't come back until I say so. The end. That was easy to get rid of that monster. It wasn't too scary. Now this one is a silly book. This is the monster at the end of the book, starring lovable, furry old Grover. Can you see Grover right there? Hello, everybody. This book, here's Grover again. This book is written by John Stone and illustrated by Mike Smolin. And it features Grover. He's a Sesame Street puppet. This is a very dull page. What's on the next page? Now you're going to have to tell me when to turn the page. What did that say? Oh, on the first page, what did that say? Did that say there will be a monster at the end of this book? It did. Oh, I am so scared of monsters. Shh. Listen, I have an idea. If you do not turn any pages, we will never get closer to the end of this book. And that's good, because there's a monster at the end of this book. So please don't turn the page. Oh, you want me to turn it? Okay. You turned another page. Okay, I'll turn it if you want me to. Maybe you do not understand. You see, turning pages will bring us to the end of this book. And there is a monster at the end of this book. But this will stop you from turning pages. See, I am tying the pages together, so you cannot... Okay, I'll turn it. You turned another page. You do not know what you are doing to me. Now stop turning pages. Okay, I'll do it if you tell me to. There. I, Grover, am nailing this page to the next one so that you will not be able to turn it and we will not get any closer to the monster at the end of this book. All right. Do you know that every time you turn another page, you not only get us closer to the end of this book, but you make a terrible mess. Okay, I'll turn it. This will stop you from turning pages. A heavy, solid, strong brick wall. I would just like to see you try to turn this page. Okay. Do you know that you are very strong? Should I turn it? Okay. The next page is the end of this book, and there is a monster at the end of this book. Oh, I am so scared. Please do not turn the page. Please, please, please. All right, are you sure? Well, look at that. This is the end of the book, and the only one here is me. I, lovable, furry old Grover, am the monster at the end of this book. And you were so scared. I told you there was nothing to be afraid of. I am so embarrassed. He didn't know that he was a nice monster, and sometimes there's nice monsters in books. All right, I think our paint's still a little tiny bit wet, but it's not super duper wet. All right. You're going to have to look at your monster. Which side are you going to turn your monster to? Now, the cool part of this is maybe your monster looks like this one. Which way do you want to do that monster? What does your monster look like? Do you want to do it like this or like this? How are you going to make your monster? You get to choose. Now, remember not to touch the paint part because it is still wet. I think I'm going to make my monster this way. So my monster is going to look very different from your monster. Monsters need eyes, don't they? So I have some googly eyes. If you don't have any of these little googly eyes, you can take some black. You can take a black paper and cut out some eyes. You can just draw some circles, or you can take a marker and draw a circle. If it's still wet, it's not going to do very good with markers, so you'll have to let it dry a little more. If you have some eyes to glue on, either some round ones or some googly ones, you just need some glue. So let's see if Miss Connie can find some glue here, because we got to glue our monster on. Where did Miss Connie's glue go? Oh, here it is. It was right in front of me and I didn't even see it. Okay, I'm going to take my little eye and I'm going to put it right in the glue. And I'm going to get some glue on the bottom. And I'm going to stick an eye right on my monster. And then I'm going to get another eye. And I'm going to put some glue on the back of that eye. My monster's eyes are going to be kind of crooked because it's my messy monster and I'm going to make it kind of silly. All right, what about a nose? You can do the same thing. You can get another color and make a round nose or a triangle nose or an oval nose. Let's see. We could do a rectangle nose. You could cut out any color, any shape, any way you wanted. I've got a scrap right here. You could do a scrap and just cut out a triangle nose if you wanted to and make a triangle nose. But you know what I'm going to do on my monster? I'm going to use a pom-pom on my monster. I have a little brown pom-pom and I'm going to glue a pom-pom on. But you know what? You use whatever you have to make it. Put some glue on it and I'm going to stick it right on his face. Now, I'm going to try, I've got some spots that are wet. If I tip it in the light, I can see where it's wet. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use a black mouth so I can see it. So I'm going to use a black marker and I'm going to draw around. How does my monster look? Is he a little bit silly? How does your monster look? You can make it any way you want. You could do that kind of a monster. I had some other paint that was drying. So you know what? Maybe I'll do this monster too. But I only had 2 googly eyes. So guess what? I'm going to use this and I'm going to put an eye right in the middle. Right there. And I'm going to put an eye right here. And an eye right here. That's kind of a weird looking monster, isn't it? And then I'm going to take, I had that triangle one. I'm going to make a triangle nose for this monster. Because monsters look weird. There's my monster nose. And then I'm going to make him a mouth. But you know what I'm going to do? How's that monster? It's kind of hard, actually. It's kind of hard to see his mouth, isn't it? He doesn't look like a very happy monster. Should we make him a happy monster? We'll bring his mouth up that way. Does that make him look a little happier? You can make your monster any way you want. It can be happy. It can be sad. It can be silly. However you want, you make your monster the way your messy monster looks. You make it the very best you can. Monsters are a little bit fun because they don't have to look like anything else. They can look however you want to make them. You could even put 2 eyes or 3 eyes or even just 1 eye. You could make it grumpy or scary, however you want to make your messy monster. I hope you have fun making your messy monster. And you know what? I don't know a monster song, but I do know a Halloween song. let's sing about witches. Can you make a witch's hat? Witches sailing through the sky on their broomsticks way up high. Black cats howl as they go by, for this is Halloween. Ooh, this is Halloween. Ooh, this is Halloween. Boo! Was that scary? Oh, I'm so glad I got to be with you today. Did you know I chose that song? Because witches a lot of times have green faces. And our messy monster had a green face. And go away, big green monster. I love being with you. You are awesome. See you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile. You're awesome, possum. See you soon.